Hello and welcome to my card creation series, Card 2 using the Mixed Media Florals Suite. My name is Rochelle Leedsmith and I'm from Stampin' Flair. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. So today, this is the card we are creating. It will be using the Mixed Florals bundle, and this is the particular stamp set we are using today. Last week, we created this lovely card with the You Make Me Smile sentiment, and I use some of the new dies that we have got in our online exclusive store. So if you are able to purchase this kit currently, and I will have the link below. For all four cards, you are also able to get the PDF tutorial for the four cards. This will be emailed at the end of the month once I have completed all the four cards. So if you have been following along, if you have got a kit, you will be able to create this card along with me. And the way you can get a kit for free is by placing an order of $100 the previous month. Okay, so that's how this card creation series works. And so now until the I'm I'm thinking the 20th of the month, because I extended it because I think I'm not here for this month, but I will honor that. And it gives me enough time to get the kits out to you before the following month. So currently, any orders placed of $100 before the 20th of the March will receive the April kit free, which is the textured notes bundle. And I will show it to you. It's this this is the stamp set. Okay, so what I've done, you will get all this. You would have, if you have got a kit, you'll get all this in your kit. Boho blue card base, a Night of Navy card mat, and an embossed piece of basic white. This is the mini corrugated embossing folder, which is part of this textured notes where this comes from, this suite, and that's in our online exclusive store. So you will love that one. Now, I have also got a piece of basic white which you will be stamping on. And I do need to get a piece of the DSP for my strip, but that's okay. We can work that out. You will get all your DSP. You will get all your matte layers and things like that. All you need is basically your stamp set. And if you need any the dies to cut this out, I provide any other die cuts that you need, like that for the sentiment. So we're going to stamp this floral image in tuxedo black. Um, because it's a bit larger than my usual, than a bit of a larger stamp, I should say. I'm going to ink it up, upside down, or face up, not upside down, but a little bit different to how we would normally ink it up. So that way we can ensure we are getting all the bits covered, and you will get this white piece as well. Just to stamp on. I give you all those bits you need. I'm going to go take a quick measurement here because I do need this little bit. All right. And I'll cut that while I'm thinking about it, because I hadn't included that in my kit. You know, I always say I will never forget yours, but I will forget something in mine. And I may even swap out the paper depending on what I've got, because I have used a lot of this for my, I've used heaps of this paper. This particular piece, actually, I've used heaps of. And I used a lot of this for my swaps. This card is actually part of my swap. Now, swaps are what we do at OnStage, and I'm currently at an event in Brisbane for OnStage. So this is in, and I created some of these for my swaps. This same card. There you, and other demonstrators will make things and make cards, and we basically they're saying what it sounds. So we've got a piece of DSP there. I love this DSP. I think I'm going to have to buy another pack. I'm pretty sure I will because I have run out. All right, so let's color in this flower. I have used, for these ones, for the larger petals, we're going Flirty Flamingo, the dark and the light, I think. Here we are. Let's get the two colors. And we've got a little bit of pretty in pink as well. The dark pretty in pink. And I also brought in a bit of calypso and petal pink. So I'll just work around this and see how I go. I'm going to start, and that combination will work nicely. So I'm starting with the dark pretty in pink. So these are in colors from which go 2024, 2026. And at our on stage, we see new in colors, or the whatever is coming in for the next 2 years. I'm going to go in with dark Flirty Flamingo and blend that color out. So this one's going to be a bit darker, the one at the back, because the sun's not quite hitting it as much. And I'm going over the pretty in pink, which I did earlier. And I will start going in with my brush tip. And I'll be going toing and froing on this a bit because I like to do that. And I will add a little bit of, you'll find that Calypso has a bit of that tone. And I do a little touch there. And what happened was, it kind of was a mistake. When I was coloring in, and then I came back to it the next day. And I picked up a color, and I must have been a bit sleepy or something, and I didn't realize it was Calypso, and I thought it was pretty in pink. And it wasn't, it was Calypso. So now I'm going with, I mean, not pretty in pink, I thought it was petal pink. So now I'm going in with petal pink and blending that in. So the Calypso Coral and petal pink are same kind of tones. One's got a little bit more orange, which is the Calypso. I'm going back with the, and yeah, you'll see that it's just got that same undertone sort of thing. I actually have it in my cupboard. It's just next to each other. They're friends. And I will do the same thing on this flower. And I'm okay with that little, I can color that, all that space, white space in, but it's the nature of that stamp as well that it doesn't matter too much if you are a little bit, I'm just going to bring it a bit closer there. If there's a little bit of white space, because the image is like a sketch, it doesn't matter too much. So we'll go do the same thing. We're going dark, pretty in pink. I'm going to bring in my flirty. Go with dark. May even do a bit different. I go with light actually. Light's better. Shows a bit more variation. And you can mix and match with the darks and lights on that. Now I'll bring in Calypso. Adding a bit on one side. You can skip this step if you want, but I want to show you what I've done. I'm going to get in my color lifter because just pull up that some of that color which I've got there. You won't see it too much once you die cut it, but I'd rather not have it there. All right, so let's go light. No, we did dark, didn't we? Maybe I'll do light on the flower at the bottom just for some variation because not all the flowers will be the same. Light petal pink. So to get these kind of variations and nice tones in your flowers, you need at least 3 different pens or markers. I have used 5 here, but 3 would do to get you some variation. So I'm going back in my dark floaty flamingo and I want to add some, sorry, dark, yeah, I'm going with a dark floaty flamingo and I will probably go in with my dark petal, I'm getting my colors mixed up, dark, pretty and pink, petal pink and pretty and pink, dark, pretty and pink, just to go in there and add some definition there because your flower is gonna kind of dip in there. Okay, so I'm done there. Now for the center, I don't know what it's called. I'm just going with light crumb cake, and yes, I had a little bit of the pink in there, but it's okay, you can blend it in. Right, and I'm just coloring all over with that. Then I will bring in dark crumb cake. And again, we're going to add some definition here. And just speckles where the little speckles are, where those dots are. And then we'll bring in the light and blend that in. Okay, now for the leaves, I have old olive, a dark soft sea foam, and I've got the light as well. Maybe I've got a bit of shy shamrock, the light shy shamrock. Okay, so we can mix and match here. So I'm going to start with, actually I'm going to start with dark light, dark old olive. And just at the base of those leaves, right? And one here. And I'll bring in light old olive and blend that in. If you had several leaves, you'd want to do a few like at a time. You don't want to do heaps because you want to be able to blend that. Now under here, I'm going to add a bit more light old olive because there's a shadow underneath. It's going to be a bit darker. Okay. Next, I'm going to bring in my light shy shamrock. And this is to cool that. They're quite warm tones. The old olive's quite a warm tone. And so I just wanted to cool that down a bit. Ideally, I wanted another color, but I'm mixing what I've got. And you can do that with your blends. And I'm going to start with filling in the entire area with light soft sea foam. And you can drag those colors to blend in. It's going to give you some nice variation in those leaves and some shading. Go back onto this one. Didn't add that shy shamrock. I will go back in and add that. I love mixing my blends. It gives you so much scope by doing that because you get more colors. So now I'm here, I'm adding the dark soft sea foam. Now on the stem, I'm going to start again, similarly to the leaves. We'll start on one side, just a little bit there, with the dark old olive, dragging it up with the light. I went a bit, that's not actually a stem, but that's okay. It's just a line art, but I just accidentally colored it. It's all right. Just adding very faint line here. Then I'm going to add my shy shamrock here. I'll just follow along with it. It could be grass. And then we'll add our dark soft sea foam first. So more at the bottom. Or you can go straight through with this dark soft sea foam. It wouldn't matter. Just see how it looks, and you may want a deeper color. And now I'm adding the light. For the small flowers, I'm going to color them all in light lemon lolly. So that's pretty simple to do. You're just filling in the flower. And again, don't worry about white space. That's not such a big deal. Here, I'm going to bring in Calypso Coral. So we have that tone in already in the flowers. So let's just bring that in. And dotting the center. Now the ones that are in the back, I will go back in and add a bit more Calypso Coral, just adding a little bit of darkness to some that are in the shadows, so to speak. There's one in there which I missed. That's what I was. Sometimes when you stamp it, it's just a little. They're little flowers. So I'll go back into some of these and adding a bit more lemon lolly, not daffodil light. You can use whatever you've got. That would work. So that's our flower. I've just dropped my cap off my blending pen, of my stamping blend, and I don't really want to leave it without a cap, but I think I'll be done fairly quick, so I should be right. Instead of hunting around my desk at the moment. It fell under my desk. Those things bounce, I tell you what, they go. Sometimes I don't know how things get to where they get to. They go take a different route. That's the other one. Yeah. I'm gonna bring that up a bit so you can. Now we're gonna die cut this. If you're coloring first and die cutting, either way, take your time. But sometimes, you don't want all your effort to go to ruination. So I'm taking that extra stickiness off my washi as well, so it doesn't ruin my little picture. All right, we're set to go. I've been die cutting so much this week, it's crazy. And I've got bits and pieces stuck on my die cutting blades. This is my 11th of this particular card, so I made, no, yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this will be my 11th. But then I made over 50 of another one. So many. It was fun. So fun. And yeah, sometimes when you're designing, you don't realize how much you actually die cut. And then when you're designing the first one, it doesn't seem like much. I go, wow, I did die cut a fair bit. Like 150 pieces or something. No, I did more than that. It was more like 250, I reckon. I had necklaces, I had leaves, everything. So I just wanted to make 100% sure. I think that bottom is still a bit off. Ooh. I'm just coaxing it this way. It feels like it's got an extra plate. It hasn't. And then this moves. Take your time, I say. But you don't want it to take this much time. Okay. I'm going. That's it. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so we've got a little floral sprig. Now let's bring back our piece here. We're gonna splatter some Night of Navy dots just in the corner. Just do it very gently. Don't try not to damage your stamping blend. Okay, so what the next is, we're gonna glue this on to this matte layer. So nice and easy. And this goes on that. And I'll make sure that corrugated piece is stuck because of the heavy embossing. It is got a lot of detail. You may need to put a bit of extra glue or just put a weight on it just to ensure that it's stuck. It's because sometimes with the ones that have a lot of detail, it just takes a little bit of time. All right. Next, I've got this piece of designer series paper. Now that says pretty too. Choices, choices. That's why I said I need another pack of this paper, which I'm adhering to a boho blue piece of cardstock. Now, if you love boho blue, this is the same as our card base. If you love boho blue, get your orders in for cardstock because that's a color that will be leaving us this year, and I love it. It's just such a pretty blue, and so you will miss it. And get your ink refills if you've got ink and don't have the refill, because you don't want to be stuck with an ink pad. You want to be able to make sure you can. If you have the refill, it'll last for a long, long time. You can really get the most out of your purchase. So make sure you've got that. So that's leaving us this year. It's been a favorite of mine. Put some dimensionals on the back to pop this up. And then I'm going to stick that down. Now, you will get in a kit, you'll receive this, which is a die cut piece of from the same dies. I've die cut it from crumb cake. So lots of this is my favorite. I love this piece. We're just going to stick that on like that. Just run a little bit of glue. You want it kind of in the center bit so that it's not going to bend those stems, but not too much where doesn't look natural. You don't want it all glued. This one's a little one you want to put some glue on. I don't put it all the way up because I want it to be a bit free. I'm just attaching it there. I'll put some dimensionals on this and we'll have it down there. And cut some of this up. That there. Now, what you will get is a die cut. It won't be stamped, but I have pre-stamped mine with one of the sentiments from the textured notes bundle. Uh, this is also from those same dies, the textured notes dies. So it's got a range of different rectangles with some different types of borders. And they're really cute. I've stamped that on soft sea foam to bring in that little bit of soft sea foam that I have. So it ties in. So let's get, I want two on the right because that's going to stick on that area which has no dimensionals. So let's layer two. And then the rest doesn't, can be singled. Gonna see from the front whether you can see that. Okay, so we'll go straight across there. I'm pushing it to the right. Okay. Kind of in between the two flowers. Then I will get my twine. Now this, oh, this linen thread. This was the one, you get the natural tones. You get 3 in a pack, 3 different colors. And this will all be there for you. So if you order a kit, it's $45. It's opened. I'll have all the dates below, so you can order, and it's posted anywhere in Australia. So not available internationally, but you can order Australia-wide. But you can order the PDF if you want to get the measurements and all that. My PDFs include everything in metric and imperial. So, and makes it easy for you to craft along no matter where you are. I love linen thread. This one. Now, even though it didn't have like any night of navy, I felt the night of navy really went so well with this because it picked up on the blues and the depth of that night of navy was nice. And that's why I added the little splatters so we had something to tie it in with. So it wasn't like just a night of navy boy just sitting there. So that was a way to tie it in. And then he had, it's a very small edition, the splatters, but it kind of ties it in better. And so it doesn't look like you had no choice and you ended up with Night of Navy. Because I think it works really well with the boho blue there. Next, we will put our embellishments. Now we've got our low profile dots. These are folded last week. We used these guys, the pinky ones. I thought we can use the gold ones today. Gotta mix it up, make them all feel loved. So in our triangle formation there. Now for decorating, I kept it quite simple with the inside of the card. Just gonna stamp the image in blue, in Night of Navy to be precise. You can add a basic white panel if you want. I can add a Night of Navy and then a basic white if you want. I kept it quite simple because I felt sometimes, and for the swaps, I was in like it was just too much to do so many as well. So I thought I'll continue with that. But you could add splatters, you could add whatever you like. So I just went like that. And I think it's quite effective, this even stamping like this. And you can do the envelope in the same way. So let's bring this in. Isn't that easy? Sometimes they find stamping is just the easiest thing because you don't have, so keep it simple and you don't need to add anything else. And it looks very elegant like that. So I hope you enjoyed that card. Our second in our series for our card creation series. So I will have a link below where you can order the kit for all 4 cards, which will be posted at the end of the month. But I also have a link for you to place an order anywhere in Australia. If orders of $100 placed by the 20th of the month will receive a card kit to make 4 cards for the April class, so you can actually craft along with me. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. I'm happy to help you. I'd love to share some ideas and uh, help you out. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll chat with you next Friday at the same time. Bye bye.